So, how does a person go about recognizing or becoming self-aware enough to understand the patterns that they're thinking, what both negative and positive? I can think to my own life of different patterns that tend to show up, but it wasn't until someone told me, "Oh, you have anxiety," and then I started looking at, well, okay, if I have an anxiety, what's triggering it? And then I started paying more attention. How do I become more self-aware?
Super mindfulness. Mindfulness is a habit. Mindfulness is becoming very popular nowadays because of meditation and so on. And mindfulness is being aware of everything you're saying, everything you're thinking, and then also on what's going around, what's going on around you, what's going on in your life. But the most important part of this kind of mindfulness is to listen to yourself. And that's a habit. And most of us aren't in the habit of kind of analyzing what we're saying. We're certainly not in the habit of looking too closely at what we're thinking. And so we get used to the idea that thoughts just kind of drift through. They go in and out, and we think they don't really count. Every single one of those thoughts actually counts. You can become aware of that by monitoring your own self-talk. That means to monitor everything you say and monitor even what you think. And even though it takes a while to get into that habit, once you get into it, you become aware and you find yourself hearing what you're saying. You find yourself aware of what you're thinking. And in the moment that you start to say, oh, this would never work for me, or I'm no good at that, or I'll never amount to anything, or today's going to be another one of those days. It's going to be another Blue Monday. The moment you start to think the negative, turn it around. Say the opposite. The first time you say it, it may not be true, but that's just because your old programs have gotten you to believe the negative about you. In time, with some practice, the new self-talk takes the place of the old self-talk. That becomes true, and you actually are good at remembering names. You actually are confident. You actually are qualified and capable. You're ready to take action. You can do this, and you know you can. That kind of an attitude comes from turning your self-talk into stating the new truth about you. That new truth is actually the you that you were born to be in the first place. You're just getting it right.
Where does the idea of self-talk begin then?
The idea of self-talk starts with becoming aware that we are carrying on a dialogue with ourselves all the time. And then recognizing that that dialogue is not some group of innocent thoughts. That dialogue is actually our brain doing its best to manage everything that's going on in our mind and everything that's going on in our life. But self-talk starts with recognizing that that our brain is communicating with us and it's asking us for direction.